Hello and welcome to the new style GCSEs. These are the ones that go from grades 9 through 1. This is the Edexcel paper 1MA1/3F. It's the third paper in the foundation tier. It is a calculator paper and we pick it up in question 4. Here is a grid showing the points A, B and C. Write down the coordinates of the point A. So that's fairly straightforward. All we do is we go across the x-axis first, and then we go up the y-axis. This is conventional. If you're going to break with convention, you need to specify what your coordinate system is. But by convention, we do x first and then y. To make that easy, you can think, well, x comes before y in the alphabet, or you can think, well, we run along the x-axis and then we climb up the y-axis. You have to run along the ground before you can climb up. If you try to climb up first and then run through thin air, you fall down. Whichever way is easiest for you to remember. So our coordinates are 3, 5. So we write that down here. 3, 5. And part B says, on the grid, mark with a cross the points 1, 2, label this point D. So again, we go along the x-axis first to 1, and we go up the y-axis to 2, and we make our cross, and we label this D. And then finally it says, on the grid, mark with a cross a point E so that the quadrilateral ABCE is a kite. Now there are many forms of kite. You can have a concave kite where you'd put the X down here somewhere, and you can have a convex kite. The more familiar type is a convex kite. Some people call a concave kite a pseudo triangle or an arrowhead, and we don't want to confuse people. So this is probably the best place to put it at location 5, 6. The only things to make sure you remember is that the distance from point A to point E is the same as the distance from point C to point E, which really does fix your X on this 5. It's got to be X equals 5. It's better to have a convex kite because it looks more like a kite, and you really don't want to make the examiners wonder whether or not you really know what a kite is. If you put it a bit further up and you end up with all 4 lengths the same, they might say, well, does he really know what the difference between a rhombus and a kite, or does he know that a rhombus is a specific type of kite? Best not to show off in an exam because you run the risk of losing marks for being too clever. So let's just have a nice standard kite shape and put our point E, which we need to label, here at coordinates 5, 6. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.